This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. Go to bigheadsmedia.com for more great podcasts.
Well, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Dumpster Diving.
It's a different intro, Mark.
Yeah, I know. We like to mix it up here. But this is Dumpster Diving, where we talk about, I don't know, things that dive in dumpsters. This week, as with the other weeks, we're continuing our discussion of The Green Book Room, starring Patrick Stewart, Mahershala Ali.
Are you sure there, Mark? You don't want to keep current with your boy?
Yeah, that's true. We should. Let's keep current with Mike. What's
You fuck.
What's going down in the streets, Mike?
Well, this week I'm doing something different. I'm just pulling stories that I like.
Oh, okay, that's good.
And this is my wife's suggestion. This one, screenwriter John Ridley calls out Quentin Tarantino's quote painful, infuriating unquote use of the N-word in films. What?
John who? John Krasinski?
John Ridley.
Oh, Ridley, like Ridley Scott?
No, he's some guy. I think he has something to do with Amistad.
Okay. Is he from Milwaukee?
I don't know.
He is. So he did from memory. He did Three Kings and notably 12 Years a Slave.
Well, I thought he did Amistad.
I don't think so. I don't think he had anything to do with Amistad.
Oh, wow. You should read this article. It's got a good little key for you for when we do the IMDb game.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Jackie Brown used the N-word 38 times.
Okay.
So if you hear that, Jackie Brown.
Mm-hmm.
The Hateful Eight was at least 110 times. Oh, no, that was Django Unchained.
Okay.
Did you hear that supposedly someone said that's the Django Unchained is just a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio's character from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood?
Oh, my God. That's funny. That's a funny idea.
This is great just because of the way they blur it and because it's so obvious they're just trying to say it because it's hilarious.
Mm.
The word also appeared in his classic Pulp Fiction, which at one point used the phrase "dead blank storage."
Oh my God!
Huh? You know what's weird is it says "dead" and then it says "in" and then it has 4 stars. What do you think they're implying there? Because I don't know anything that has only 4 more letters.
Yeah, are they going not hard R?
It's with the A, yeah. So that's not offensive from what I've understood.
Yeah, that's true. The soft
Come on,
A.
Daily Mail. More like dailycuck.co.
It's PC gone mad, of course.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
So this dude, what's his name? Ridley Scott or whatever his name is. Apparently he wrote...
Doesn't this sound like a magician's name?
It does, kind of. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stage, John Ridley. So he wrote Three Kings, Undercover Brother, which I believe is an underrated movie, actually.
Haven't seen it.
That's a good one. 12. They hate mayonnaise in that movie, so it should be right up your alley.
Should be.
12 Years a Slave. Ben-Hur. He wrote the remake of Ben-Hur.
There was a remake of Ben-Hur?
Yeah. And then Let It Fall, Los Angeles, 1982 to 1992. He was the director/producer of that film. But he got to start on the TV show Martin, or as I say, Martin. And then he wrote on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and The John Larroquette Show for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get that last.
You ever heard of American Crime? Because he wrote on that.
Isn't that the O.J. Simpson thing?
Maybe. Yeah.
Or is it that Crime Story, maybe?
Yeah, that's Crime Story. American Crime is an anthology crime drama series that aired on ABC from March 5th, 2015 to March 30th, 2017. That's just from memory. But it starred Felicity Huffman and Timothy Hutton, Weird. Felicity Huffman, Timothy Hutton. Their names are similar. And Regina King.
They are.
The great Regina
nice.
King.
Sister Night.
That's right. Anyway, so yeah, that's Thomas Ridley Scott. John Ridley Scott, sorry, John.
What do you feel? I mean, I know you're a strong advocate of using the N-word in private. Do you think that Quentin Tarantino should use it in his movie?
So here's the thing. I think I think he overuses it. When there are times that it is appropriate in a movie or a scene where it would be
like when you have money at a sports game, as you say often.
Only if it's basketball,
sir.
But
that's not right.
But if I mean, there are certain instances in his movies where it makes sense for characters to use that word, and I don't think filmmakers
Which
should.
word?
I don't think filmmakers should be afraid to use that word, but I do think he overuses it, and I think he gives himself a lot of lines with that word, and it's problematic in my opinion. But it's like his fetish with feet. He also has a fetish with that word.
Yeah, I shouldn't know that you have either of these obsessions.
Yeah. There's such thing as director's style, and then there's, taking it a little too far. I don't need to see Margot Robbie's dirty feet in a movie theater.
Yeah. Did you know that he married a foot? It was the Odor Eaters mascot.
Oh my God. It was a very good, it was a very tasteful wedding from what I hear. How many feet of film do you think they shot?
Do you think Rex Ryan was the was the best man?
Yep, Rex Ryan was the best man, and that dude from Road Trip on the bus was also in attendance. The one that tried to lick Amy Smart's foot.
Oh yeah.
I think that's Todd Phillips, actually.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think it's Todd Phillips playing that role.
That's quite the pull there, Mark.
Oh,
I haven't thought about Road Trip in forever.
Yeah. It's a good one.
Road Trip. It's been years since we've talked about Road Trip around here.
Yeah, we'll get to it on Retro Late Fee in about 3 years.
Didn't they go to Buxton, Maine?
I don't think so. Buxton, Maine.
Yeah, I believe part of the film took place by that sheet of rock that didn't look like it belonged there at all. It was kind of volcanic.
Maybe it could have been in that wall. You mean the one that looked like it just should have no earthly business being there?
You're being obtuse, Mark.
It is deliberate. That sounds like a frosty beverage right there.
Yep.
All right. So that's the first.
How I get through these.
That's the first story. Any other ones?
Yeah, I had another one, but I completely forgot what it was. Back to you, Mark.
Okay. Was that from Bossip, by the way?
No, it was from the daily.co.cuck.
Oh, okay. Backslash backslash snowflake. All right. So this week we're doing our last episode dedicated to the show.
The Green Room with Paul Provenza.
Yeah, exactly.
Because we're sick of it.
Yeah, pretty much. This one though might be
we have the attention span of 5-year-olds.
Apparently. But this one might be the best one of all the episodes from either season that this is.
Yeah, this is probably the most well known for sure. It's got let's see, Bo Burnham, Gary Shandling, Ray Romano, and I don't know who the last person is, but there's 4.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Bo Burnham, Gary Shandling, Ray Romano,
and the unknown comic from what do you call it?
Yeah, The Gong Show. That's right.
Starring the remake of The Gong Show, starring something.
Yeah, something.
I didn't forget about her.
Something is the host, and what's the name? Is
actually, oh, that's the DJ. It wasn't actually The Gong Show done with Mike Myers, but he wouldn't let people outwardly say it was Mike Myers.
Yeah, he created some weird character and then insisted that that's who he was. But
nothing weird about that.
No. It was a very Andy Kaufman-like thing from a comedian that is not at all like Andy Kaufman.
But even less funny than Andy Kaufman today.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
A Ford accent. Is that what you're going with, Mr. Kaufman? A little insensitive. Wait, no.
Oh, man.
But yeah, this is a pretty good episode. Let's see. It's a nice mixture of comedians. Ray Romano. I don't know much about him. Obviously, he's on that Everyone Loves Raymond show. Did you know that he was the original Joe on News Radio?
No, I didn't.
Well, I think he probably would have been called Ray, is my guess. But yeah, he was the original in the pilot. He played the Joe. No, because a lot of them had their same name.
Yeah, I know. Judd Apatow. That's who else was on there.
Oh, Judd Apatow, yeah.
Yeah. And somebody else. But
yeah, that was funny. Judd Apatow, he's like, I knew from seeing you on the Young Comics that you would make a great writer one day.
Yeah.
There's so many classic lines from that show on this one episode.
Everyone is real quick, and they all get in good zingers. Like Bo Burnham does the thing where, he says, I'm from the younger generation, and I just, I have to say, who are all you people? And everyone laughs, and Gary Shandling goes, it's so great. He's like, it's so great because it's so mutual. And, but yeah, everyone's got really good lines. Ray Romano is very happy. Ray Romano seems to me like he seems like a regular nice guy that happened to get really famous, and now he's super insecure about everything and just really wants people to like him. And I don't know, like he seems like a really fascinating personality to me.
Oh, I disagree. I don't find him interesting at all.
Really? I think there's a lot.
I don't think I've ever seen. I might have seen a tiny bit of his stand-up when he hosted SNL, but I've never found him funny. I didn't watch his Everybody Loves Raymond show. I mean, I thought he was okay in the Irishman.
Yeah. No, I don't mean like his stand-up comedy is not for me. I did like Everybody Loves Raymond, but his stand-up comedy is not for me. But I think his actual, like, I would pay to see him go to a psychiatrist for like a year, because I think just his personality, not like his comedy, I think his, like, how he ticks and how he thinks as a person, I think there's a lot under the surface that we don't ever see that is really interesting to me.
Yeah, but think about it. His parents on the show, what were they? Doris Roberts and who?
Oh,
Isn't it Peter? What's his name?
Peter Cushing.
No.
No, it's what is
Peter
his
Boyle?
name? Peter Boyle. Yes, Peter Boyle.
Yeah, well, neither of them are alive anymore, so the curse of the Raymond show continues.
The curse of the Doors. Yeah, that's true.
What was that show about, anyways? Is he like a UPS driver or something?
No, you're thinking of the King of Staten Island.
RZA?
He was yeah, exactly. No, he was a sports writer, and Deborah Messing was his wife, who stayed at home, and then they had kids. And
Deborah Messing was his wife?
Or not Deborah Messing, Deborah. I think Deborah's the name of his wife in the show. What's her name? Patricia Heaton. And then he's got kids.
Is that the lady from?
Is that the lady from what? The Middle?
Home Improvement?
No, they look a lot alike, but no. No, she's from the middle, and
Aren't they both named Patricia too?
Carol's second act. You ever seen that? She plays a doctor or something, some kind of resident.
What do you think, Mark?
I'm gonna guess that you haven't seen it.
Get the fuck out of here.
Now the girl or the woman, I'm sorry everyone out there, trigger warning. Patricia Richardson was Jill Taylor from Home Improvement.
So, yeah.
Apparently she hates Tim Allen.
What, did she meet him or something?
Yeah, she has good taste.
Did he not provide the amount of coke he said he
right? You know,
Things could have gone worse, Patricia.
I'm on Norm Macdonald's Reddit and everyone check it out, our Norm Macdonald. But someone posted today a screenshot of the episode where Tim Allen was on, and Tim Allen's got his hands up, like almost like he's being arrested, like kind of, to his shoulder height. And the YouTube comment under it is, this guy kind of looks like he would rat out 12 of his friends to reduce the sentence on a coke charge.
Yeah, because it was so important that the world had the fucking Tim Allen character.
Yeah. Oh, Tim Allen.
Do you think much like Heisenberg, he learned all that carpentry to hide his drugs?
Maybe. What a criminal mastermind. Do you think that Tim Allen would be able to create a bomb that could explode someone in a wheelchair?
Yeah, it's called the Santa Claus 4. I kid. They probably didn't have that many. I can't remember what it was. I was hearing some story about Tim Allen where basically the person said he was just like a complete douche, which is not a shock at all.
No, not at all.
They said he'd always have to be like, yeah, I'm number one on the call sheet, number one.
Oh, here's the comment. Tim seems like the kind of guy who would give up 21 of his friends to reduce a prison sentence for smuggling coke and then talk about loyalty.
Big trouble. I should have said big trouble.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man, if I had a fucking time machine, that's what I'd use it for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Big Trouble wasn't that bad of a movie, and it was pulled from theaters due to 9/11.
Yeah.
But can you think of some other things that were pulled because of 9/11?
The World Trade Center 7.
Oh, well, allegedly.
Yeah, let's pull it. No.
There was a Bush album, and the single was called Speed Kills.
Oh, God.
Not good timing. GB World's album, Bleed America. Not great.
Not Good Charlotte.
Yes.
Was it My Chemical Romance? Is that that's not the one I'm thinking of either. Who's the one that sings that song? That's when I was a young boy, my father.
Romance.
What?
That's My Chemical Romance.
Oh, okay, My Chemical Romance. Yeah, that band came out of 9/11. They formed because of their collective sadness.
Love of 9/11.
Yeah.
Oh,
so the word
like, yeah, 9/11.
That's the worst thing to come out of 9/11.
Oh, I actually think they're pretty good.
Yeah, actually, I don't mind them either.
Do you think there's like a I don't know, who are we at war with this week? Syria, maybe?
Yeah, I think so. India's going to get into a war with China, apparently.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, that's good. It's not like they both have nuclear weapons and a bunch of...
I bet China has much better nuclear weapons.
Probably. They
have nuke money. Nuke money.
India's nuclear weapons are real spicy, though.
Big boys, or what are they called? Little boys and fat mans. That shit's old school.
Yeah, absolutely. I do like the movie Big Trouble.
It'll all work out.
Now that you mention it, I do like the movie Big Trouble.
Yeah, it's a Dave Barry book, I think.
Yeah. I watched it because Jason Lee's in it.
I bet you did.
Yep. I went through a period where I was a big Jason Lee fan. But Sofia Vergara's in it too.
Is she?
Apparently. I don't remember her being in it.
I don't remember that movie well at all, so I couldn't tell you who the fuck is in that movie.
All I know is that its running time is 85 minutes, which means it's less than an hour and a half long. Its budget was $40 million, and it made $8.5 million at the box office.
It wasn't bad, though, but I think it was a 9/11. Wasn't Johnny Knoxville in that movie?
I don't know. Rene Russo's in it.
Oh.
So
who's in with that, you freak?
I'll bet the Russos spelled R-O-911. Big Trouble was originally scheduled for release on September 21st, 2001, and had a strong advertising push. The September 11th attacks of that year made the film's comedic smuggling of a nuclear device onto an airplane unpalatable.
That's funny. Palatable. 9/11.
Oh my God. It holds a 48% on Rotten Tomatoes, based on 112 reviews, with a consensus rating. With its large cast and frantic comic pacing, Big Trouble labors for slapstick.
You know, that's not a good sign when the first comment is, well, they had a large cast. This proves the cannonballs do indeed run.
Exactly. But you know that I still sometimes use the racist joke.
Did somebody just leave your fucking AOL chat?
That was my phone slamming down. Goodbye. But no, I still sometimes use the racist joke told in that movie where the guy, one of the Dennis Farina's buddy, the bald guy, tells him that joke where he says some woman went to a Asian doctor and he says, "You have Ed Zachary disease," and she goes, "Oh my God, doctor, what's that? It sounds so bad." I don't know why that sounds that bad, but he says, "It's where your face look Ed Zachary like your butt." Yeah, that's in that movie.
Yeah, I don't know that one. My favorite racist joke is, what do you call a black man that flies an airplane?
What?
A pilot, you racist.
One of my favorite jokes is, I think maybe I've told you this one before, I don't know, but this dude dies and he goes to heaven, and at the pearly gates he tells God a Holocaust joke, and God says, "That's not funny," and he goes, "Well, I guess you had to be there." Oh, that's a thinker. That's Clapter.
Yeah, I have a similar joke that I made up the other day, if you'd like to hear it.
Sure, of course. This is a Mike original.
Thank you. A man dies and he goes up to heaven and just kidding.
I like it. Oh my God. So, speaking of religion, they talk about Buddhism a little bit in this episode. Apparently, Gary Shandling was, rest in peace, was a pretty devout Buddhist towards, the end of his life. And I guess Judd Apatow...
I hope he's explaining that to the devil right now. Just kidding. I'm sure he's...
But I guess Judd Apatow is also sort of Buddhist or whatever, but they talk about this Buddhist...
I call it a hanger-on, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. But they talk about this Buddhist monk that came to the set of Knocked Up that only had 7 fingers because he burned 3 of them off. He explains to him and his wife and his kids that he burned 3 of them off. And
mildly upset with the Vietnam War.
Right. And I guess Judd Apatow was like, I thought my wife would be, like get some spiritual things out of it or whatever. And she goes, that guy's a fucking freak. Which is great. Bo Burnham plays his song "Art Is Dead" on this episode by the request of Paul Provenza. Yeah, and it's a good song. I like it.
Yeah, it's okay.
I think actually this episode is what introduced me to Bo Burnham, because I don't think I knew who he was before I watched this. And I was like,
doesn't it sound like the name of a country singer?
It does kind of. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Bo Burnham.
This song's called Put the text in Texas.
Right. Fuck the Arabs, America. I want Bo Burnham to make a song like that now.
Yeah, he probably won't.
No, I doubt it. But yeah, he's he also has a really great one-liner where he talks about Paul Provenza says, Bo Burnham told me that his favorite comedian is what is it? Tao.
Some Dutch absurdist, but I like how it's so like unnatural, like a Byron Allen, like a talk show. Yeah. So I hear you're an absurd Dutch comedian.
Why don't you tell us about that? And he says, well, one of the things he does is he comes out with a black sock on his hand, and I think it's Marc Maron, who we haven't mentioned, is on this episode. He says,
I don't like it already.
Yeah. He says I don't like him already. He goes, okay, well, it's a white sock, which is just a great line. Yeah, all your favorites are on this episode. There's Paul Provenza's on this episode. We've got Bo Burnham.
Everyone's favorite.
Bo Burnham on this episode. Gary Shandling, Judd Apatow, Ray Romano. I'm
talking missionary.
What's his name? The porn star, the hedgehog, is in the audience.
Ron Jeremy.
He's
in there a couple times.
He's featured.
Yeah, since we're done talking about it, there are a couple other episodes that are okay. There's one with Doug Stanhope and David Tell. There's a previously mentioned Jimmy Carr, Tim Minchin episode. I like that one. Mm-hmm. Or did we already watch that one?
I don't know. I have no idea.
I mean, it's a decent show, but I mean, it's like, sometimes you got a fucking Jonathan Winters there telling you about the old days.
Yeah, Jonathan Winters telling his sad stories about how his mom hates him.
They were separate everything. Thanks, John.
Oh, God. Yeah, the show couldn't sustain itself.
I mean, if you could see a modern version, who would you like to see on it?
Oh, wow. A modern
Obviously, Louis C.K.
Yeah, Louis C.K. would be awesome. I would say Louis C.K., Dave
Bill
Chappelle.
Cosby, Vince Chan.
It's the all rape edition. Oh my God! They should have that. Then now there's a sketch, Family Feud rape edition or something like that.
Jeez.
Where it's just it's Vince Champ, it's whatever, fucking Harvey Weinstein,
Jeff Garlin.
Yep, Jeff Garlin's on the other side. No, but honestly, I think Chappelle would be good. Seinfeld, as we've talked about before, I don't find him hilarious. I don't think he'd necessarily be funny, but I think he's interesting when talking about comedy, talking about like the history and like theory of comedy and stuff. So I think he'd be good on it. And I'd like to see Chappelle and Seinfeld interact.
Yeah.
Marc Maron, of course. He'd have to be on. Of course.
This is the worst. I like to see Artie Lang on there. He hadn't been on there. He's pretty quick-witted. He's fun to see.
Oh, yeah.
Jimmy Carr, as always, is hilarious. Norm, come on. We have to have Norm on there, right?
Absolutely.
He'll just be sitting there all surly and then finally just take like the last 15 minutes to blow it out of the park.
Yeah, Norm's good. Norm's good talking about the theory of comedy, too. And also,
I think David Spade would be interesting on there.
Yeah, agreed. Our good friend David Spade. Mike, you and I eventually have got to get into...
If he's not too busy liking our fucking tweets, he could go on there.
Right. Eventually, you and I have to get in one of Adam Sandler's movies, right? Because Norm Macdonald follows us on Twitter. David Spade likes our tweets. Eventually...
We have to get Alan Covert to follow us, then we're in.
Yep. Exactly. Oh, we're so close. I want a trip to Hawaii and walk around and say, "What do I?"
Watch this one take place in fucking Gary, Indiana. Where's Adam? I don't know. Oh, have you ever heard of Fiji? That's where he is.
Fiji.
Oh, look, it's Michael Jackson's ancestral home.
God. Oh, beautiful Gary, Indiana, former murder capital of the world. Have you ever been to Gary, Indiana? Because I've driven through there before.
But I've heard a lot of things about what kind of people live in Indiana, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's not.
Let's just say they're a bunch of Medal of Honor winners.
It's not a great town.
Or good.
Nope, not good either.
At least it's not Detroit.
I'd much rather be in Detroit than in Gary, Indiana. No offense, any of our listeners from Gary, Indiana. Detroit.
If you're listening from Gary, Indiana, move.
Yeah. If you're listening from Buffalo, New York, also move. Remember when we drove through Buffalo, New York, Mike? I've never felt more unwelcome in a place than when we stopped to ask for directions in Buffalo, New York.
Yeah, if you're in Buffalo, New York, put down the crack pipe and then get the want ads. That'll solve everything, right?
Oh,
it's as easy as that.
Oh, yeah, they did not want us around. They wanted us gone.
Fuck you.
They knew that we...
Finkel sends his regards.
Yeah, they knew we hadn't felt the pain of 4 Super Bowl losses in a row.
Yeah. Good job, Scott Norwood.
Oh, God. Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, I think the Buffalo Bill and fucking Silence of the Lambs had more success than the 90s Buffalo Bills teams.
Well, he certainly racked up more kills.
He was able to cross the finish line.
Yep, that's right. He did finish his skin suit.
And help make smooth skin.
That's right.
Oh, wait, I forgot the other story. My wife finally replied to my message.
Oh, okay.
Our other story, seamless,
mm-hmm.
is one of the Trumps, Donald Trump Jr. maybe, is upset with Howard Stern and pointing out that back in the early 90s he wore blackface and used the N-word a lot.
Okay.
That's it.
All right, cool.
Are you shocked? What do you think? Do you think it's? I mean, Howard Stern is like taking like a 180. You know, he's not the same person he was even like in the early 2000s that he is now.
Really?
He's very demure. Yeah. He's very like all about like a nice long interview. He's not as dirty as he used to be. He doesn't do all these wacky stunts. He's changed some offensive names. Like for example, one of the characters he's called Wendy the Retard. He now calls Wendy the Challenge Person.
Wow. Yeah.
He's taking like a 180 degree PC turn.
I've not listened to his show in quite a while. That's shocking. That's shocking to me.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the show's not funny anymore as well, but I mean, that's the decision he made. But I mean, do you think, just like Justin Trudeau, who didn't he dress as like Aladdin or something like that during like a party, like in his college years?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, is it ever, it's funny because the people who are aligned correctly politically always seem to be excused, for them, it's always like, well, it was college. You didn't mean it in that context. But if you're the wrong party, it's like, oh, Lord, that guy, listened to a rap song with the N-word in it. He's a racist.
Right. Exactly.
And good luck finding one without that word in it.
Yeah,
at least a good one.
I don't know. For the most part, like the Trudeau thing, right? Like everyone seems to love Justin Trudeau. I mean, I don't fucking know anything about it. He's not even he's not American. I don't give a fuck. I mean,
it's not even a real country anyway.
Right, exactly. Hello to all our Canadian listeners. But no, I mean, like he can do I don't that's the thing. I don't have an opinion on it because it's not our news. Let the people of Canada deal with that shit. As far as Howard Stern goes, yeah, he used to do that. Do the blackface thing.
It was a very specific parody context he used it in as well.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like, oh, I'm wearing blackface and I'm, although he has done stuff even earlier where it's like, he's like obviously making fun of like a black accent or whatever you call it or being stereotypical. I mean, honestly, I can't really think of any like outwardly racist thing he ever did, but I mean, he did certainly, appropriate like, mannerisms and stereotypical, like, catchphrases and that kind of stuff of like, black people.
Yeah. And here's the thing. So I think
but Robin was there and she laughed, so it's okay.
Yeah, exactly. I think people should be allowed to grow and learn and change and stuff like that. Like people will always point out, even as recently as the TV show Friends, people point out how homophobic that is and stuff like that. And you go back and look at it and it's like, yeah, I can see that. I can see that there's a lot of homophobia in there. But people will be like, okay, so boycott Friends. And I'm like, well, no, because
it's been off the air for like 20 years.
Yeah, context. You know, that's like, to me, that's the same thing as people that say, well, Huckleberry Finn uses the N-word, so ban that book. And it's like, no, it's fucking context. Look at the context, right?
Yeah, much like Gone with the Wind. Oh my God, have you ever heard the Louis C.K. bit about Huckleberry Finn?
No, I don't think so.
It's the funniest thing ever. It's like he's talking about like this like white trash kid just showed up and dropping like the N-word left and right. You have to watch it. It's hysterical.
Oh my God.
I mean, his dick's out the whole time. He's whacking off, but I mean, it's funny.
Yeah, absolutely. It's funny enough to sit through that. All the doors are barred.
Like I said, it's like a Gallagher show where you show up with a fucking piece of, clear plastic in the front row.
Yep. It's just his thing. Just deal with it.
Hey, Bill Cosby, that's just his thing.
Yep, exactly. Just drink.
Sorry. Sorry you don't like being knocked out and fingered.
Oh my God. I can't remember.
Can you imagine like waking up in the middle of that and what fucking face would he make? Do you think he'd be making like a silly Cosby face?
He'd have to be, right?
I hope so.
Like he couldn't look earnest while doing that. That would be much worse if he looked very serious.
And he's like, Chris Rock doesn't pull his pants up.
Oh, Cosby, why? Now he's in prison.
Yeah, like Weaselface once said, now you're Cosby-fied.
Yeah. No one knew that it was a dire warning when they were singing it.
Right.
But yeah, they were.
Or
trying.
what they were saying exactly.
Right. Anyone that was at that concert in Troy. That was Troy, right? The Troy
at the Aquatic Center.
Yeah, exactly. The Troy.
I was fucking there, man.
Me too. I was there when Matt Segan rocked out. What did he play? Did he play the bass or he played the guitar? Kevin played the bass, right?
I don't know, but Matt Segan plays his guitar. He's very good at the guitar, actually.
Yeah, check out Matt Segan.
Not very good at having fucking vowels in your last name, but other than that, you're pretty good.
Check him out online.
If his last name was a Wheel of Fortune puzzle, you'd never get it. What? There's no vowel?
What does that mean? Oh, man. Yeah, that's why he never got famous.
Could be.
Because he couldn't be on Wheel of Fortune.
Maybe he was a fucking cheater. Probably not, though.
No, I don't think so.
Like Ben.
He's got Ben. Anyone want to see Ben again? Because he keeps refusing to come back onto the show. So
we don't know what fucking Kiefer Sutherland's up to these days.
So if you want Ben back, let us know. Write it.
If we can't get Ben, what about his little brother?
Yeah, we could.
What's he doing?
He's got a kid, I think.
Oh, don't we all? I've got two.
Yeah, that's right. Get your head in the game, asshole. We're doing this, and we've got kids.
He's probably fucking jacking off of the Weather Channel, though, so who knows?
Oh, my God. Oh, Matt Segan obituary.
Oh, no.
Not the one we know, though. This one was born in 1956 and died.
That's him?
Died in 2005.
Wow, I wonder if it's his dad.
He was formerly employed by Duotang and Merit Systems.
Merit Systems?
Yeah.
Damn, you gotta love the fucking Merit Systems that show up in your obituary.
Absolutely.
Formerly of... not gonna mention any employment.
Formerly of Paw Paw, Michigan, but died in Kalamazoo. So, rest in
peace. The world's a twisted place.
Rest in peace, that Matt Segan. I think...
actually, is his name Mark anyways?
His real name's Mark, yes.
With a C? Not that we're giving away details or anything.
No, he really is online, though. Somewhere. I'm trying to find the link to his music, because he did, at least years ago, he really was online for his music. And I think people should check it out because he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's a talented musician. He had one of the bands called Paper Tiger.
Mm-hmm.
They did one before that. My friend Matt and I went and saw him play at this place in Ferndale, and he's very good at guitarist.
Yeah, absolutely. Almost as good of a guitarist as Marc Maron.
Yeah. Oh, Marc Maron does play the guitar. Go figure.
Does he?
Yeah, he doesn't shut the fuck up about it.
Oh, God.
I've got some old guitars. I don't like them.
He said he did the self-deprecating thing. Oh, you know, it's funny. In this episode, he said something about...
More like that self-defecating thing.
He said something about his dad and how his dad was like, like a miserable, narcissistic, like whatever. And he's like, yeah, and he's like, so I... And Paul Provenza's like, did that teach you anything? And he goes, yeah, that I never want to be like it. And Paul Provenza's like, it's not going well. Oh, yeah. They really shit on Marc Maron in this episode, which is good because, he deserves it.
Yeah.
He's 2 days away from Old Man Yells at Cloud level. So.
It's weird, like how Ray Romano's kind of like gone like the route of like a serious actor.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bo Burnham went on to direct that 8th Grade movie.
Yeah, very good movie.
And Judd Apatow, I don't know, is he still making movies? I haven't heard of anything from him in a while, but I don't think he really needs to make movies, monetarily speaking.
Yeah, I think he's just.
It seemed like he was always good at like the first half of a movie, but the second really quickly fell.
Yeah, he
not in every movie, but like Knocked Up, for example, is a really good example of that.
Mm. Yeah, agreed. The 40-Year-Old Virgin kind of, too, to be honest.
I like the 40-Year-Old Virgin all throughout, but I think Funny People was very funny for the first half, but then it just became dumb.
What about Dewey Cox, Walk Hard?
I like that whole movie. I mean, the second half's not as strong, but I do like the whole movie.
He wrote it, though he didn't direct it, so... he did that new movie, the
Beatles?
The King of Staten Island. He did that movie.
Oh, I think, wasn't that pulled from theaters? I think my wife wanted to watch that. I think she thinks that Pete Davidson's an attractive guy.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Isn't it like basically like about him? Essentially, it's like the same kind of story, like a kid who's like firefighter dad died or something.
I think so. I don't know anything about it other than that. Yeah, in the preview, it's like, oh, it's my dad. He died, on a firefighter or whatever. He doesn't say 9/11, but his dad did die in 9/11.
Right.
Apparently, Marissa Tomei's in it, so something for the fellas too.
Really? Are you sure that's still the case?
Oh, I think she's attractive. And then,
have you seen her? Have you seen her recently?
I saw her in that Spider-Man movie.
Which Spider-Man?
The second one, Spider-Man: Far From Home.
Was that the one with the Andrew Garfield guy?
No. The Tom Holland one. She plays Aunt May.
Oh. Huh. I don't know. I've only really seen her in My Cousin Vinny, which she's amazing in, but I mean, good for her.
But Bill Burr's in the movie too, and so's Maude Apatow, Judd Apatow's daughter.
Yeah, I heard that she's like an actress now. And Bill Burr, hopefully he's a better actor than he was in Breaking Bad, huh?
He does have a good line in Breaking Bad though when he's got what's his name there in the house and he's like he has him fill out the check to the IRS and everything. He's like, okay, now we're just gonna sit here and wait 2 days for the check to clear. It's gonna be awesome. And then he kind of looks around and he goes, unless you don't have cable, then it's gonna suck. It's a very Bill Burr line. But Bill Burr was in he was in The Mandalorian.
Yeah, I heard that he was in that.
Apparently, it is about a father who died during the September 11th attacks, and he battles with depression.
Oh, I know it was that specifically, but yeah, that's what I kind of figured.
Well, good for him. His name is Scott Carlin in this. So, is that a George Carlin reference?
I hope not, because that's no, you're no George Carlin.
No, not anywhere near. Sorry, I know that.
I knew George Carlin and fuck, shit, piss, motherfucker, goddamn cocksucker, son of a bitch. You are no George Carlin.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. So yeah, Pete Davidson, Marissa Tomei.
It's not even George Wendt.
You, sir, are no George Wendt.
I knew George Wendt. He would make a bar say hello to him every fucking time he went in it. You, sir.
Robert Smigel's in this.
Oh, is he the foreign guy with an accent, probably?
He's male pharmacy owner.
Thank you.
So,
oh, you need these peers?
it premiered.
Are you Greek? I don't understand.
Oh my god! It premiered at South by Southwest, and then it was canceled, or was scheduled to premiere at South by Southwest, but it was canceled due to COVID-19. Rescheduled for Tribeca, which was also canceled. Originally scheduled for theatrical release June 19th, and then it was just released on video on demand on June 12th. So it's a VOD release now.
Poor Pete Davidson. Can't this guy catch a break?
Yeah. Oh my god. But at least he rode his dad's death to fame on Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
It's, you know.
I can't go there. So do you think his dad's last thoughts were, gee, I sure hope someone makes money off it? Just kidding.
Oh my god. Oh.
I said just kidding, so it's okay now.
Yep. Exactly.
Do you have any emails handy, Mark? Let's knock these bad boys out.
Oh my god. Oh fuck. Let's
Get a lot of 9/11 talk today.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's the time for it, right? Rashida.
You don't remember.
Rashida Tlaib. Let's see. She emailed us and she said, "Arrest them now." I assume she's talking about us.
What? Maybe it's a Black Lives Matter comment?
Let's see. Oh wait, no, she's talking about Breonna Taylor's murderers.
Who?
Breonna Taylor.
Oh yeah, I think I kind of know about this. Is this the lady?
Yep.
No, I would say this. Unfortunately, sadly, there's so many deaths caused by police brutality. I don't know every single name, and that's a sad comment, right?
Yeah, she's the one who was in her house, and they did a no knock search.
Yeah, no knock warrant.
And the guy, her boyfriend, opened fire on them because he thought that they were intruders, and he had a
and why wouldn't you? No knock warrants are ridiculous.
Yeah, and he had a permit to carry a gun, and he was
like Philip. What's his name?
Castile.
I was gonna say the guy. Yeah, I was gonna say the guy from Pantera for a second. I realized it's not him.
Nope.
I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick here. I mean, as far as scale, I mean, that guy could not have. The Philip Castillo guy could not have complied more with it. I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. If you get a gun permit, you have to tell them, "I have a gun. It's in here." You know. Wow. That. I mean, they're all bad, but I mean, just like, what was he supposed to do?
I don't know. Yep. Too much fear from police, in my opinion. Police are very scared to do their jobs, and it's a big problem.
It's a hard job.
It is a hard job. I agree, but you gotta be a certain type of person to do it well.
See, I have a theory that a lot of athletes after high school want to get into police or fire.
Mm-hmm.
And think of all the jobs that are, kind of like, similar prestige-wise to, like, being like a prominent athlete in high school.
Sure.
Police, fire, they're right up there. They require people, who are physical, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, at the same time, at least when we were growing up, do you want the athletes to be the ones, doing the policing?
No. Not at all. Nope.
Weird, because what type of person would be a good police officer? And, I mean, is the pay, comparable to a similar profession? I don't
know. I'm not sure, but I think you'd need to.
But yeah, I agree. Arrest them. Arrest any corrupt or brutality invoking police officer. It's not a race issue. It's a who's in favor of police brutality? Not
us. We're gonna take the bold stand that we are not in favor of police brutality,
unless it's against a member of Guns N' Roses.
Exactly. Then that's fine.
Welcome to the jungle, my friend.
Yeah, you brought it on yourself, Slash. But yeah, go out and see the King of go see RZA. Yep, the King of Queens.
Ray Romano, thank you.
Yep. Oh, Queens! I can't do his voice. His voice is it's like a Kermit the Frog voice, but not.
Yeah, it's a weird.
Like Kermit the Frog here, but you gotta get. I can't get it deep enough. I can't do it. I can't get it deep enough to be like Deborah.
You can't get it deep enough, Mark.
That's what she said.
Sorry.
But anyway, so that's our show for the week. I don't know. Write in massivelatefee@gmail.com. We're storing them up. We will get them on the 100th episode spectacular, where we will answer all your questions and we will talk about. Also, if you want, you can on Twitter at massivelatefee or massivelatefee@gmail.com. Let us know what you want us to do for the 100th episode. If you want us to watch a specific thing, if you have a specific topic you want us to cover, let us know, and we will talk about it and maybe do the thing that you want us to do.
Maybe.
We'll think about it.
Are we moving on to The Watchmen next?
Yes. Next week, The Watchman.
I'm almost done with this.
Good. Well, I'll be
The rewatch is even better than the first watch. I cannot believe this. How good this show is. It's easily my top 3 already.
That's awesome. I cannot wait.
Top 4.
I can't. Okay. What's our plan today?
No, actually, I forgot. Because my top 4, including The Watchmen in no particular order, are Breaking Bad, Saul, The Wire, and now The Watchmen. Because assuming they don't do any more seasons, it's perfect.
All right. So all you can do is ruin it now, guys. Just to let you know.
And I think the Damon Lindelof guy said he has no intentions to do another season because he can't think of a way to improve upon it.
That's what he said, yep. So good.
And thank you.
The best decision you ever made, Damon Lindelof.
Sure as fuck wasn't lost.
Nope. But that is our show. We will see you next week. Bye.
We'll see you next week.